You're now listening to Mooncake.
Clap. Oh my gosh, okay.
I think that was in a rap song. Clap it. They say clappity clap clap clap.
Clappity clap.
In the background with like a lot of reverb.
Clappity clap. That would sound like a rap song to me. For episode 9. Hey. Episode 9.
Wait, is it nueve? Yeah, nueve.
Nuevo or nueve? Nuevo.
Nueve.
Ocho nueve.
Nueve.
You're right.
Dude, I need to get down on my Spanish. If I can't, when I do say something in Spanish, like I have so much fun.
When
I say something in Spanish.
You know, Donna's pretty good at Spanish.
Yeah, she's really good.
Really good.
She had a Latin boyfriend or Latin ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, she did. Wow. Oh, I don't want to say his name, but you know.
Yeah. No names.
No names. We're trying to. But yes.
Trying to be respectful.
Trying to be respectful. But yeah, welcome to episode 9. I don't know why. I was just thinking, you know what would be really great to talk about?
What?
Is revenge.
Oh no!
Just like revenge. Let's start out like just
okay.
Revenge. Let's start naughty, like just revenge and like what you did in the past. And like, is there something that you did in the past? There's one thing I did when I was younger, and it's like when I was probably.
You didn't do many.
I didn't do too many.
You didn't
but
do many.
But I don't remember too many revengeful things I did. But I do remember one thing that sticks out of my childhood.
Does it have to do with cookies?
No.
You were part of that too.
I was part of that. But I'm not gonna. Okay. I don't know if we're gonna mention that.
Oh no, we're gonna talk about that.
Oh my god,
we're gonna talk about. You forgot about that?
No, I didn't forget about that.
You
one.
put it in the back.
I don't know if I don't know if I want to talk about it. But I feel like we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it.
But this is in my childhood.
What'd you do?
I think I remember telling you this. Okay, so
you're like, I imagine Stewie with your haircut. You're just gonna be naughty.
This is okay. Well, so I have a twin sister, Donna, and growing up, I would always wet the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, Donna, being Donna, would always make fun of me. And she would just make fun of me all the time about it. And so I finally, after years of going through her just making fun of me, and we were still fairly young, but still.
Is this first grade, second grade? Fourth grade?
I was like 6. I was like 6 years old. So like first grade.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah. So it was like elementary. And I would just wake up, wet the bed. I'm like, oh man. And then so I just remember I just had it one time. And we shared a bunk bed, and for some reason we shared a bed, but like Donna slept in the bottom bunk with me that night.
Wait, is this the same bunk bed that I've seen?
Yeah, yes. I think
like the 80s.
I don't know. We took it apart. Yeah. We took it apart after. We used to be a bunk bed, and then we took it apart.
You guys heard, but it's like one of those metal 80s looking bunk beds. You know. There you go.
So I wake up, and I'm like, oh no. And Donna's right next to me. And I know I wake up and then like I wet the bed. And she's in my urine. Like she's in it. And I know of all people, Donna's gonna wake up and she's gonna be like, ew.
Is that her reaction every time?
Yeah, she's like, ew. It just makes me feel like shit, okay?
And then she talks about it for days.
Yeah, she'll talk about it for days and she'll tell people about it. Like she just made me feel bad about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh no. So I woke up early and I'm like, I wet the bed, and Donna's in it, and she's gonna make fun of me. And then I remembered there was a water gun in one of our drawers that we had, like those cheap neon green, clear see-through water guns. I remember, I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know what. Maybe
she drove you to it.
She drove me to it.
She drove me to it.
You're right. I don't know why, but in it, I was like, she's not gonna make fun of me today. Not today.
Yes,
so I grabbed that water gun. I put warm water in it.
Oh, warm water. That's a nice touch. I like that. That's a good one, Debs.
And I go over to her, and she's still sound asleep.
Oh my God, I could see
But
this
her
as
ass is faced towards me. And I fucking godfather that shit. And just bam, 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 bam. And shot her butt. So it was wet.
She didn't wake up.
Didn't wake up.
Wow.
She kind of like, you know.
She's a heavy sleeper.
Yeah, she's a heavy sleeper, so she kind of like, and then, of course, I got rid of the evidence of my soul. I threw that away. Got rid of the evidence, and I go upstairs and I climb in bed with my parents. Like,
did you change?
Yeah, I changed.
Okay.
And I just go to my parents.
Of course,
and I'm like, just like, I had a nightmare. And I just go in there and I just like sleep between my mom and dad.
Oh my God.
And I kid you not, like minutes later, I just hear like these somber footsteps just going up the stairs. Kind of like each step filled with a little bit of embarrassment. You could just feel it.
Oh my God.
And I just hear Donna at my parents' doorway just going, Mom, Dad, I wet the bed.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And I don't know, she never put two and two together that like, why is Debbie upstairs with my parents? And why am I awake alone in urine and Debbie's missing? She didn't put two and two together. She just assumed like she wet the bed. So she's like crying, like I wet the bed, and like and then my parents like, oh Donna, no.
Did she not do that before?
She didn't really wet the bed,
Okay.
not compared to me. And so it's like, oh Debbie, we expect, but not you, Donna.
Oh, so it's even. I think that's like was one of her worst fears. That's why she made fun of you so hard.
Yeah, she made fun of me, and so anyways, I was like. And I just like with my parents like, oh Donna.
I can hear it. I can hear it.
And so yeah. Of course I confess later.
Wait,
like,
how many years did it take, Debbie?
I think I confessed pretty soon. I didn't wait too long. I didn't wait too long. But Donna will probably tell you she waited years to tell me that I went them. I distinctly remember like I couldn't hold it in for too long because I
don't think you would be the type to be able to do that. Hold this like a secret like that for too long. You know what I mean? You're just like you're better than most of us. You're like a good person.
But not perfect.
No one's
not
perfect.
Okay, the one lie.
I know you're not perfect.
the one lie that I did hold in for years. Years was when we were younger and we were riding bikes in the front. And this is, I don't know, this is before I met you.
Yeah, before you met me, yeah.
And we're just riding the bikes. My cousins from Hong Kong came, and they were riding their bikes in the front. And then one of my cousins, she's on the bike, and she does a one hand, like, ooh, with, like, holding the peace sign. And, like, that's so cool.
That was so cool.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
At this point, I only know how to ride the bike with two hands. But I was like, oh my God, I want to do the one hand and like do that whole like victory sign.
Gosh.
So everyone goes inside the house. But I'm like, I'm going to practice, so no one sees me. So I'm practicing and I'm like, ooh, 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 ooh. And I fell on the asphalt and I scraped my face on the asphalt. Luckily I had a helmet.
No way.
And I just like,
oh my God.
And so I'm crying, right? And everyone rushes out and they're like, oh no, what happened? What happened, Debbie?
Yeah.
And I was so shocked and embarrassed, really embarrassed. Like, what am I going to tell my cool cousins from Hong Kong? Like, oh, I tried to do your thing and I just fell my face. So I said, there was a boy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. What did he look like? I didn't see him.
Oh my, and the lie gets deeper.
It gets deeper. Like, I just saw the back of his head. He was wearing a hat.
Wow, Debbie.
He was wearing a hat. He was also on a bike.
You were doing improv.
Yes.
Wow.
He was also on a bike, and he pushed me. And like, oh my God, like, oh, where is he? And like, and everyone's like, so everyone like, I came inside. I remember watching like Mrs. Doubtfire, Beethoven, like eating ice cream, and my parents like, oh no, her face. But luckily we went to the doctor and they put some cream on it. It was fine.
Yeah, you didn't scar up. You don't scar naturally.
No, it didn't. It took a while for it to heal, but eventually. But Donna used to call me Scarface.
What a.
Yeah.
Do you have any, like, I don't remember any mean names that you made for Dawn.
Oh.
No, there was maybe one.
The one main thing.
Which one?
I made her cry, though.
I know.
I did.
But
when she had a back brace.
Oh, that was touchy, right?
Scoliosis back brace.
Touchy.
And I was in the car with her. And I was like,
well, Debbie.
turtle in a half shell. Turtle in a half shell. Turtle power. I mean, that's pretty clever, right? I think for like my age.
Very clever.
I thought that was pretty clever.
That would have like hit me to my core. Like,
oh my God.
This is what I mean by Debbie. Like, she won't say much to like hurt you, but if she really wanted
when
to
I
hurt
do
you,
say something,
it's just condensed. All that pain and shame is condensed into one line. It's like, it's genius.
It's genius. I thought it was genius, but then she's like, and I never felt so bad in my life though, because she was so sad.
Yes. I'm not saying genius that she's hurting someone's feeling, but it was.
I mean, that's pretty genius though.
It was catchy to put everything.
Turtle,
yes,
yeah, like turtle in it.
To get so much emotion from one line, you know what I mean?
It's great. And it's a tune, you know, it's a song, put two and two together.
But again, Debbie, she drove you to.
She showed me to
many times.
All these times.
Like, seriously.
That's for choking me, bitch. That's what
I'm saying. Whenever I see you, like, Donna, when she choked you, like, it looked like Homer and Bart from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
like, you'd be like, and then, like, Donna would be like, why you? That's how it would
good
be.
times, though. It was great. It was great. But
Yeah.
but yeah. So, anyways, years later, after the whole bike incident, it was like years later. I just remember in the back seat of the car, and Donna's like brought it up again. She's like, "Oh, Debbie."
Out of nowhere. See?
Yeah, she's like, "Debbie, one day, you know, we're gonna find that guy that pushed,
No
that pushed
way.
you. We're gonna find that guy
She
that
was
pushed
thinking
you."
about that?
She's like, because we just started. I don't know why she started bringing it up. She's like, "Oh, I can't remember your face."
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna find that guy. I'm like, Donna.
Oh my God.
There was no guy. And she's like, what? In her mind, because I never usually lie. I never
You
or
don't.
hold it for that long, and it's been years.
That's so
It's like
crazy.
when we were like years, like 5 years later or something. And so
You had to work through some stuff.
I had to work through some.
Yeah.
I just thought she would forget, but she never forgot.
Yeah. which
So
is
yeah, she was just totally like shocked. She's like grabbed her like, oh my God, my word.
It's like a crazy thriller book.
Yes.
Like, and then there was nobody. And then Donna gasps out loud.
You'll never find him because there was no boy.
Nice.
Good luck
twist.
finding him.
Nice twist there. I like that.
So yeah, that's my revenge story and my lie that I've kept for years.
But you definitely, like, this is how much the usual person will lie, and then this is how much you would lie.
That's why I don't remember
like that much.
I remember the certain things, and I'm like, oh, I remember.
Because then you partially felt bad about it.
Yeah.
Even though they weren't really like
That's holding
huge
that.
lies,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people, like, their lies, like, actually kill them from the inside out.
Yeah, that's
Which
true.
is crazy.
Yeah,
I would not be able to live like that.
Yeah, but shooting Dawn's butt with a water gun, that really got me. I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
but it was so great.
I liked how you put hot, like, warm water instead of just cold water, because that would have definitely, you know, she would have maybe it would have like clicked or something.
Yeah, I had
but
to really think it through, you know?
she didn't check if it was yellow.
I mean, yellow pea, I mean, it's really hard. I mean, that's like, to really see yellow pea, that's kind of like, you gotta wear something white. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, I don't know why, but I was picturing her in like a white, like,
Oh,
sleeping
no,
shirt or something like
no.
that.
She was just wearing like, I don't know what she was wearing, but,
But
I just remember
yes.
shooting her ass.
But you got
Bop, bop,
her.
bop, 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 and I do it again. Bop, bop.
You got her.
I got her so bad.
That's
but
not the only revenge, Debbie.
No.
And you were also, what can I say? You were part one. You maybe didn't physically act upon, but you saw it.
I saw it. Are we? So we're talking about the.
Okay, well, so we did have a friend in high school, and she lied about the most stupidest thing. That she had older brothers and sisters that live in LA. Like, for some weird, odd reason. Like, it was a crutch. It was a crutch.
she's a compulsive liar.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's
She was,
just
definitely
it's
compulsive liar.
very
but-
strange about things she's lied about.
So that was okay. We tried to get the truth out of her, but what really set it off was when she lied about stealing that $1,000 from another friend of ours.
Yes, she took
That-
money from.
That was given to her as a graduation present from her grandmother.
You have a good. I don't remember the details like you do, like this. but this
Well,
is-
that stuck with me because that was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's like another like set of like yes, I might have done low stuff, but not that low where like I steal my friend's money that was given to her as a gift from her grandma.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's like a screw loose somewhere there.
yeah. It was that was definitely. Yeah, that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back.
And you know what? I think we would have still been friends with her if she just admitted that she did it and so she wouldn't do it again. Like that's all we wanted.
Yeah,
I don't think even needed the money back. She just wanted her friend to tell her like the truth.
yes, yeah. You're right. It's yeah. No, it was just she just kept lying. This person kept lying and turning friends against friends. Like people.
That's another thing.
People start picking sides, and it started getting messy.
It was
So
really
finally-
weird.
it
Like
got-
she
yeah.
she tried to like overturn our whole like group of friends.
Yeah.
You know, which was really odd. She was the pot stirrer.
oh yes.
She
Oh my
mixing
gosh.
and mixing. It is so like okay. So and there was from the time we met her, there was just so much drama. It dragged on for like months,
It dragged on for months. Yeah, just different things.
which
just
is which is odd because it was in high school.
yeah. It was in high school.
That's like forever.
Yeah.
So what happened was like we confronted her, we tried to go to her finally we had to go to her parents and ask her like, "Hey, do you have another son and a daughter?"
Yeah. Straight up asked them if she had siblings.
And she was like,
She was confused.
yeah, she was really confused what we were asking. We're like, no, seriously, like your daughter tells us that you have an older son and a daughter that lives in LA. Is this true?
Ugh.
And she was like, no. Oh, we gotta bleep that out.
We're gonna bleep that out.
We're gonna bleep that out. Bleep that out. What time is it? Yeah, we're gonna bleep that
It's
out.
at the 17-minute mark.
I told you we're low, but we're not that low. But anyway, so and she the mom says no, she doesn't, and bam, like we knew it. If she can lie about that, compulsively lie about that, she lied about the money.
Yes.
And $1,000 is a lot when you're in high school. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we finally asked her like, "Hey, just tell us, like, did you steal the money or not?" And it was just. Oh, it was so heavy in there.
I don't even think I went inside because I couldn't even stand
deal with
a
it.
deal. Like it was such an uncomfortable situation.
so
I couldn't even deal.
intense.
But I remember it was you and
Donna
and several other people.
I think
Several other girls.
Donna was there. Brandy was.
Yeah.
Well, we got to bleep all that out too.
But you know that the girls were there. Like
Yeah, the girls were
several
there.
girls were there, and so you guys are just like, we're gonna just talk to her about it. And yeah,
So anyway, from there on, we just had so much pent up anger. Okay. And no, we weren't one of those girls that jump girls. Like I cannot believe that girls used to do that.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
jump
we don't.
other girls.
We never
like,
physically fought anybody.
we
no.
were civil, okay?
Yeah.
To that point, to a degree.
to that.
To a degree, we were civil, okay? So we all got together, and this is not something usual we do.
No.
We usually
This
just
is-
come together, we hang out, we have a really good time,
Yeah.
we just talk and like, party sometimes together, but never to this extent. Like everyone was just so sick of her lies, and we all banded together. And Debbie has like those tin boxes of sugar cookies, like those German sugar cookies.
It
right?
was mooncake.
Oh, it was mooncake. Oh,
What? How strange?
that's strange. Are you sure it was mooncake?
It was
box?
mooncake. It was mooncakes.
Oh shit!
It was mooncakes. I specifically remember this Asian tin, and it was like for mooncakes.
I thought it was a German sugar cookie.
No, it was mooncakes.
but it's
It
probably
was
because
like,
I
it was like a nice Asian looking like tin
tin.
box.
Oh my god! It
and
was mooncakes.
mooncakes.
So does that mean mooncakes is like
It's our
partially-
podcast.
That's so funny. That's weird. I never thought that.
Yeah.
We just made the connection. We would have never made that connection if we didn't do this.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny. Okay, so anyway, we took this empty tin Asian mooncake box,
Yeah.
filled it with other cookies.
Yeah, fill them with
Okay.
other stuff. Or like I think we even had mooncakes like lying around. I don't know.
I feel like it was cheap cookies.
Or
like
cheap cookies.
in those like ruffled paper.
Oh, you're right,
big
you're right,
paper,
you're right,
okay?
you're right, you're
So the bottom, we put 2 layers, okay? We put 2 layers. And then the bottom, we put dog shit.
Oh my god, I can't believe we did that.
Dog shit inside like the bottom layer. And then put cookies around it. And then put a layer of cookies on top. So
Yeah.
it just looked like a normal cookie box.
Yeah. And then we had it signed from her like lover that she like was seeing.
Oh, God. Yes.
Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
And we looked at everyone like, who has the shittiest handwriting out of all of us? And we picked someone that had the shittiest handwriting out of all of us. And that
Who
looked
was
like
it?
I mean, who else?
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
that looked like boys writing, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so
yeah,
she
yeah.
wrote
I
it.
totally know
It
who
just
it
looked like
is.
man's
Okay,
writing.
okay.
And saying like from your soldier boy.
Oh my God, that name. Just the whole. We just had so much pent up anger
It
and
was a lot.
frustration.
I mean, for us to go to that degree and take it there,
Yeah.
to put dog shit in a cookie tin box or a cake box. I mean, everyone just collectively really pissed and just like tired of her. So I guess we just wanted, just teach her a lesson. Like,
Yeah,
karma's a bitch, or in this case, karma's shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And before that, she got kicked out of many different like groups,
Yeah,
and we didn't understand why. We were just kind.
yeah, we were just
We
nice,
were like,
yeah.
oh, just welcome. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And now, don't mess with us, bitch.
Don't mess with us.
Okay, we just took the box and we put it at her front
door.
for her front door, and we rang the doorbell and we just took off. Obviously, we
Yeah.
were just like. It felt so satisfying. It was just
And
like
the reason why we knew after, like, oh, did she get it? How was her reaction? Because at that
I think
point,
we went back to
no,
check.
she had a Zanga.
What the
Do you know
hell
what
is-
Zanga is?
What the fuck is that?
It's kind of like MySpace, but like Zanga, and
For
it's
Asian people.
Asian people. Yeah, I think it's called Zanga.
Oh,
And it's like almost like a personal blog or a diary that you kind of write like about your day or about whatever. You can decorate it.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, motherfucking shit. And it was like that night we dropped it off. She's like, you motherfucker. Like she wrote it all out. Like,
Why? I don't
you don't remember that? She wrote
that.
off her Zanga. And we're like,
Oh my god.
fuck.
Don't
She's
tell
so
me you
pissed.
like eat cookies from a random cookie box.
I mean,
like,
it said Soldier Boy, so she bought those from her lover.
gosh. So that is our number 1 revenge story. Or second.
Lie and revenge, and we just kept that to our grave for years. It's been years, and I feel kind of bad about it. I guess a little.
I did.
bit.
I did.
do. I mean, now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, why do we do it? But like, I mean, we were young, and we were all just collectively like,
Debbie, people do worse.
Yeah, people do worse for sure.
I mean, Joseph was the same age or younger, and he almost killed somebody.
Yeah.
Like beat someone up to a pulp. Like the whole gang
Yeah, that's true.
like beat someone, and he had to go to the hospital. Like he had to stay in the
True.
hospital for like months.
True.
So we could have been that intense. No, over here in Fountain Valley, our prank to get someone back is a shit
in
cookie
a box.
moon box.
Shit in a box.
Shit in
If
a
you
box.
fuck with us, you get a shit in the box.
Oh my god, that sounds like Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg was saying, if you mess with us, you'll get a shit in a box.
I mean, we don't do that anymore, but
No, we
we
don't.
don't do that. We did it one time. That was like the worst thing I think we've done, and I'll
Well, sometimes
no longer taking that to our grave. Obviously, you guys have heard it now, so
it's funny.
now
It's
we have to
kinda
get rid
like-
of you.
You know, like those like coming to age movies.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
it's like one of those
You're right.
memories from that. Like
You're right.
you just do one crazy shit, you know,
That's true.
You guys are all run like go. Go, man, go! Like Sandlot or something.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But I do some like revenges, like once in a while when someone really pisses me off and I have to like drop off food.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, you fucking asshole.
You just shake it a little bit.
I'll shake it. I'll be like, oh, here you go.
Oh, that's your petty revenge.
Yeah, that's a really petty one. But I don't do it much. It's
That's
only
great.
when like you really piss me off.
Yeah.
It's not like I touch it or anything. I don't
True.
cough in it like some people do.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
really bad.
Nah,
It
you don't go that far.
No, I don't go that far. You know me.
Yeah, you
If
don't go
there
that
was like a quiz, which one of these sound like Liz? And
yeah, I would definitely pick the petty, the most petty revenge. Oh, shaking up the food. Yeah, that's totally Liz. That's just like, all right. Oh, not saying thank you. That's Liz. Ooh, that's Liz right there. She showed them. Okay. Well, since we spoke of revenge and lies, how about since it's the naughty side? How about the nice side? If you
Wait, I have one more revenge.
you have a
one.
revenge story?
You were there.
Another? Why am I always
there?
there?
So Debbie, she just she just blocked these memories out.
I mean, maybe because I'm so traumatized by it, because I really
you're
don't want
such
to.
an angel. So we worked together for a while, but I worked at this place.
I know what you're gonna say. Okay, go ahead.
I worked at this place way longer than Debbie, like 2 or 3 more years. 2 or 3 years.
Can't believe you're telling the story, but it's great.
2 or 3 years. I've been there a little bit longer than you. Okay,
Yeah.
so but then throughout those years, there was someone at work that would behave in a very. She had an ego. She liked bossing people around, but at the same time, I tried to be friends with her,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked really hard.
Yeah.
I worked like I don't take breaks or anything. You rarely need to ask me to continue working. You rarely need to tell me what to fix because I've already fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone comes through the door, I'm the first one to greet them. So like I'm not a troublemaker at work. And Debbie came on like 3 years later or 2.5 years later.
Yeah.
And we started working together. And this certain person, they can't, well, they shouldn't. It's kind of rude, but because I'm younger than that person, she always ordered me to go and pick her food up.
Mm.
Like her own assistant or something.
Mhm.
But that's if once I went through like policies and stuff, you're not supposed to ask other employees to go get you food.
Mm-hmm.
It's just professional like that. You're not supposed to do that. When you're on break, you go get your own food.
You
No
get
matter
yourself.
if you're like, unless you guys are really, really that cool once in a while. But
Yeah.
she makes you do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So one time, she just really pissed me off. Like I'm working my ass off, and she just keeps on picking at me. And you know what? She finally told me to go get her food, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna kill this woman. So me and Debbie, we go to the like a fast food place in the mall, and she always gets this orange soda.
I still remember. Oh my
Disgusting
God.
fucking
Fanta.
big. What size is that, Debbie?
Super size?
Super size. Oh my god, like super size drink all the time. She gets the same damn thing, and she makes me go do it all the time, on top of all the work,
Ugh.
and then also picks on me. And so she's been chipping at me for 3.5 years or something like that. You know what I mean? Finally, I just had it. I had to do something. I'm gonna blow. So what I do is I take her orange soda, and I like when I'm like thirsty or upset, I have really thick saliva. Like
So thick.
so thick. Like I can do that trick. Like when you
Yeah,
you
yeah,
make
little-
like I don't know which movie, but there was a movie where they showed
Adam
that.
Sandler or someone.
I don't know
like,
what you even call it.
It's like a loogie, and it just kind
a
of
loogie,
hangs
and then you can,
out
like-
and slurp it back up. Ugh. 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 Yeah.
So it's like that thick, okay? And I hawk the nastiest loogie into her drink. And Debbie's like, no, Liz, no, no, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. And I'm like, I just have
I'm
like,
doing it.
I have hordes, yeah. And I just like, yes, Debbie, I'm gonna do this. That fucking bitch.
Watching you do it, I'm like, no, Liz, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes, we're gonna do this. We are gonna make.
Oh, no, I'm part of this. I'm an accomplice.
You totally are the accomplice. Okay, you went with me. She shouldn't have made my life such a fucking living hell. Like, why she had to be such an ego maniac? She had issues.
Yeah.
And it's the craziest thing that drove me fucking nuts is that I actually hung out with her outside of work before.
Yeah, I've hung out with her outside of work too. She's actually really nice outside of work.
That's what fucking drives me crazy is that we could be friends, but then she treats, like, I don't know, especially me, she treated me like trash. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
Yeah.
It's like she has this power at work and she has a total power trip.
Yeah.
So I deliver her meal to her, and she's all happy, jolly, because she has her food now. And
her drink.
Watch her drink that.
Oh my gosh.
Drink that super sass orange soda.
Oh God. You were so pleased with yourself.
Oh my God, it's so great.
Yeah, that's a good revenge story. I can't believe you actually shared that one, but that's a good one.
Yeah, I know it's really naughty, but it's just like I feel like people would feel me. Like someone that has just made your life like it was like a psychology thing too. She was like tormenting me.
Yeah.
You know, and then I just like had it because I was kicked out of the house. You know, and like no one was being understanding and stuff except for you guys. I mean, like adults.
Yeah.
And I just like fucking had it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, there you go, bitch.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever driven someone to that limit where they had to spit in my food. Like I've
oh God, I hope not. I hope I never.
because you know, you and me, like when it comes to servers or like people, if someone was working with us or underneath us, we would never make their life that miserable ever. Like they would have a good time, and I would want them to have a good time working with me.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
But yeah. Okay, good, nice stuff.
Okay, good, nice stuff. Well, that's a naughty part and revenge and everything. So, how about forgiveness? Like forgiveness, like is there any moments where you've been forgiven or you would want to forgive somebody for something, or you want to be forgiven in return? Any regrets? Any? I feel like, let me think. Like, I guess it's not really. I guess I don't think forgiveness is what I asked for, but like, you know, I mean, I have a mental illness. I'm bipolar, and during that time when I was manic and everything, and all those times, like I like with certain people, like I said crazy things, or I did all those like said things when I was manic, and even though it wasn't me, I just wish I can just go to those people now. I'm just too, I can't anymore. You know, it's you burn those bridges, whatever. But I wish I could just go to those people and just be like, hey, like I'm really sorry what I did, even though like that wasn't me, but like I just want to apologize. You know, I wish I could just say I'm sorry.
Just to get it out.
Just get it out.
Because it's good to just get it out, you know?
Yeah.
Like close that chapter.
The closure, right?
Yeah, closure.
Because then you just left wondering, like, I just left it at, like, I'm in their head, I'm just this crazy bitch that just, like, just left it at that.
And like, bipolar, it's not something everyone would understand.
Yeah,
you know? Like, I was still learning about it when you were going through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wish, like, in some ways, I wish I could see how I am now. and to see like, this is me, this is who I
They
am.
will. I feel as though, you know, like
Yeah.
one way or another, maybe like life is funny. Sometimes it trips me out because there's so many people in this world, but sometimes you'll see the same stranger like 5 or 6 times and you're just like, what the hell? There's some people I never see their faces ever again.
Yeah.
And then there's those people that you just keep on running into.
True.
So
True.
I feel as though since you have this unfinished business, it'll, right when it's the right time, you guys will somehow, they'll see you on, you know, your social media maybe, or like maybe you guys might bump into each other, or maybe they might, you know, you never know.
You never know. Exactly.
You never
exactly.
know. But life is funny like that.
Yeah, that's like the thing that I need to, and I think it's just forgiving myself. I think that's what it ultimately is.
Ultimately,
is
for sure.
I think these people that I have this story in my head, like, oh, they think of me as this, like, they have their own issues, their own problems in life that they're going through. That's like, they're not thinking about what happened years ago, or like, or if anything, I think they're kind enough people where they're hoping that, oh, well, I hope Debbie's well. That's what
Majority of them,
because if I were them, I would think like, hey, if that happened to me, like roles reversed, like someone did that to me, like, and they just react like, hey, you know, like, I wish in a way we both could have acted better in that situation, you know, but the situation has gone, you know, gone and now it's past, it's the past, but I would think they would be hopefully just want what's best for me too, and just hopefully that to know that I'm okay and happy and stuff. So if you are thinking that, I'm okay and happy. So just to let you guys know. So yeah, it's but yeah, I think ultimately it's like that forgiving is just trying to forgive myself. It's still like a work in progress. It's always like you'll have those moments like, oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I can't believe I did this. But now
I feel like even that pain is part of the beauty of life. You know what I mean? Because you're feeling so much. Yes, it might be so intense sometimes that it's so overwhelming. You just want to, like, you feel like you're gonna burst, you know?
Yeah.
But really, it just makes those nice moments even sweeter.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like before, it makes me really, it has a comparison. Like, you know, like I should really appreciate this moment because you never know like when things are going to shift. You know what I mean?
True.
Things aren't always going to stay the same. So it makes me appreciate, unlike, you know, when I was younger, you have those younger days like, oh, it's just going to be like this forever.
Those slow days.
Yeah, those slow days, just it's the same thing every day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah. But I'm glad that you're working on, you know, I think we're both working on that, you know, self-love.
Self-love.
It's a journey, and yes, it may be scary and might seem like it'll never end, but that's the beauty of it. You know, just enjoy the moment. And I found that that quote, you know, if you're thinking of the past, or if you're depressed, you're thinking about the past. If you're anxious, you're thinking about the future.
Yes.
But if you're thinking about now, you're at peace. And
yes.
From Lao Tzu. Did you read Down to Ching?
Yes, I think
you
that's
read the whole thing.
I didn't read the whole thing, but I read parts of it.
I felt like, is there an easier version of that?
I have to check. I don't know.
Because when I try to read it, I was like, ugh, this is like
it's a little
too
heavy.
hard for me. I need like a translation or like a new version of it or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found that. So
nice. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's just, you're right. It's just part of the experience and just going through this human emotion. So, but yeah, that's like what I really, just the naughty, the nice, the revenge, the forgiveness, you know, self-love, self-hate. But it's just going through that.
I feel like that's a really like a relevant thing to say because, you know, it's hardly ever when someone's 100% happy with themselves. You know what I mean? Like 100. I'm saying maybe people are close to it, you know, like 99, but, you know, not everyone's going to be 100%. They're always going to have moments of doubt about themselves, whether they like themselves or not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. I kind of reminds me of, like, recently, like, you know, Lizzo she like shared about
I
like
love her.
on TikTok. She just shared just a confession, like, I'm not liking myself today. Like
That's great.
She's just like, I'm just not feeling it, and I know I'll get past this, but I'm just not feeling it at this
That's
moment.
awesome because
she's
you
just being
see
really
her,
honest.
she's so talented and
Mhm.
she has like this amazing confidence. And when I listen to her, it's like fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Her work is fresh as
Yeah.
fuck. You know, not all these. You know, I'm not hating on any of other girl rappers, but
Mhm.
they all just seem like their lyrics are all like not sparkly like hers,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
creative.
Yeah.
She paints this picture for you,
Mhm.
like, you know, Missy Elliott and all those ladies.
Mhm.
They paint this picture for you, like you
Yes.
imagine this story.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's what I love about Lizzo. So like for her to just be like, hey, which is good for her to like say it out loud, hey, I'm not feeling myself today.
Mhm,
But it
mhm.
also shows to us we can connect with her more because it's like, shit, she has bad days too.
Yeah.
And I think
Yes.
when people hear you talking about, hey, you know, I'm learning to continue to learn and love myself, I think a lot of people will feel like they won't feel as alone.
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
hear that.
It's okay to hate yourself sometimes. Like
Mhm.
it's
Just
just
do it.
it's part of human nature. It's not okay to hurt
Don't
yourself.
hurt yourself.
Don't hurt yourself.
Uh-huh.
Like don't leave any scars on yourself
Mhm.
like that, on this beautiful body of yours, but like, just it's okay to have those moments of self-hatred. I think that's just like part of it. That's just part of like, ugh, I feel gross today. Like,
yeah,
ugh, like,
and it's
that's-
okay. Just get out and just laugh at it.
Yeah,
laugh
exactly.
at it. Laugh at
Exactly.
yourself because I think that's how you get through life too. Is you learn to laugh at yourself.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, don't take yourself seriously. Like I feel like people that cut themselves, and I've never did that, but I'm just guessing. This is that they have no outlet
Mm-hmm.
to say that they're hurting, and so they're just numb. So they maybe
Mm-hmm. Self-harm.
tend to self-harm them. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I feel like when someone is self-harming them or they got so much potential and no outlets.
Mm.
I think that's why people get depressed or they get to that point where they have so much emotion. Like, I mean, all this like energy and ideas and creativity balled up.
Mm.
And you're supposed to spend all that
Mhm.
energy through
Yeah.
creativity or whatever. And they
Mhm.
have no outlets. No one's taught them where to, use this energy and stuff. Because we're all a ball of electricity. But if you have too much electricity, it builds too
Mhm,
much,
mhm.
right? And it might combust or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel as though we both had a friend. You've had a couple friends that, did suicide, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you? No.
Just
No.
the-
Just one. Just our friend,
I'm
right?
trying to think.
You know who? We have a friend in common
Mm-hmm.
that did it. And it felt like he had so much talent and potential,
Mm-hmm.
but it was, there was no outlet. Nothing. Like this person had so much potential and you can see that they're a creative person from even just the way they dress, to how they saw things, but no outlets.
Mhm.
Wouldn't do anything about it. Wouldn't go in. So I think it's really important to have hobbies.
It's important to have hobbies. It's important to have like a balance.
Definitely.
To be also to have people around you too, and not
Mhm.
isolate yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you isolate yourself, then you're more prone to your thoughts, left alone with your thoughts, and your thoughts can. I mean, I've been in that situation of like your mind really is trying to kill you. It's just trying to tell you all these negative things, and we've both been in that really negative mindset.
Yeah, not to the point where I wouldn't want to kill myself, but it was so overwhelming. I'm just like, when is this ever going to end?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just felt like I was spiraling downwards.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like now that I feel like if you're going down that spiral, you need to do research. You
Mhm.
got this amazing, device in front of you, the
Mhm.
internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge source, and that's where I get, because I don't have money to go to therapy all the time. I'm putting my money somewhere else, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But just doing research about it helps a lot. And
Yeah.
and there's also like I've learned so many different ways to try and help myself. Like laughter is one of the biggest
Mm-hmm.
medicines, okay,
It
to get
is.
out of your head. And I would recommend Deon Cold-Hearted, or Arsenio Hall's special on Netflix. Like, just relax.
Yeah.
If you're thinking you need to distract yourself,
Yeah.
watch anything that's happy, and fun. You know what I mean? You need to get yourself out of your head.
And I think also, I want to reiterate like that and make it very clear is that no matter what your mind is telling you, you're not alone. Like, you are definitely not the only person who has gone through this. Many people have gone through the same thoughts that you have. So you're not a freak. You're not this weirdo that's like, why do I feel this way? Why am I such a loser? Why am I such a fuck up? Like all these things that your mind makes you feel less of yourself. Trust me, even the greatest people that you know have gone through that dark tunnel too of like just hating themselves. But
different degrees, though.
To different degrees, for sure. And but I just want you to know that you're just not alone. That I've gone through it, and I've gone to the point where I wanted to take my life. Like
to the point where I couldn't recognize Debbie.
Yeah.
Like when your body was there, but your whole like I could not recognize her.
Yeah.
She looked like a version of Debbie.
Yeah, it's just kind of hollow. You just feel hollow, and depending on like where I'm at, whether it's mania or this depression, I mean, you're just not fully there. You're not present. Yeah. Or you are present, but you feel like you're in a prison, a mental prison. And that's what I felt like when I was in my like lowest moments, just in this mental prison that I just could not escape. It's just like, my head's underwater and I'm just trying to gasp for air, and I just can't quite get to the surface. And I just feel like I'm just drowning in this emotion of darkness, and it's tough. It's tough to feel like, is this ever going to end? Because the suffering, the mental suffering is so great that you just want it to be over.
Yeah.
And you think
it'll drive you nuts.
Yeah, you just want it to be over, and you feel like, well, the only control I do have is maybe taking my life. Like some people think like that's the cure. Maybe it's just not having to feel anything, but it's not.
It almost probably feels sometimes like if you took someone, because you can go crazy if you don't get sleep. Like because of the toxins stay in your brain. You go to sleep so the toxins flush out of your brain, right? So like when someone hasn't gotten sleep, they hallucinate, like they have hallucinations, and they kind of almost feel drunk. Yeah, that's what a lot of people like police officers say, like when they see like people, they think they're drunk, but they're sleep deprived. So like, yeah,
they did a testing where they did drunk drivers and people who are sleep deprived, and they did side by side in a closed course, of course. People who didn't get enough sleep were just as bad as drunk drivers, if not worse.
That's crazy.
If not worse, yeah. Just because
I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad.
It's really bad, yeah. The just testing wise, yeah.
Yeah, so I would think that you would feel insane, like a psycho thriller. I think it would just be like that, just like horror after like scene after scene, just like.
I mean, it's
you just want it to end.
Yeah, you just want it to be over. Everyone comes down to it. But I think it's just
hang in there.
Hang in there.
Hang in there.
Hang in there, and just reach out to somebody.
Yeah.
Reach out to someone that even if you don't feel comfortable reaching out to friends and family, letting them know, they have so many services out there that like that.
Yeah. Modern scientific medical help.
I think that there's an app out there called Wisdo, and it's other people with bipolar and depression and stuff, and they just share what they're going through. Yeah. We'll definitely share that in the description of the app. Definitely. But it's called Wisdo, and
that's cool.
And you can connect with other people who have been there. They've been through your situation, and they want to support you.
That's so
awesome. You can directly chat with them, and they just like are
you
super
active
sweet.
in that?
I haven't been active in it, no, not recently. Because the downside of it too is that because it's filled with all these people on chat groups, it can be a downer too, because you're filled with all this like negativity, and some people are like, I hate myself, I want to die, and like sometimes triggers.
So just be careful about that. Like,
be careful about that too. Yeah, but if
there
you
are pros and cons.
If you want to reach out to someone, you can be connected just one-on-one with someone, and so you don't have to go through the group chat. If it's too much for you. But it's really the thing about mental illness is just it isolates you. So the last thing you want to do is isolate yourself with your thoughts, with your negative thoughts. So share that with those negative thoughts with other people that are willing to listen, that want to listen and want to help you because they've been through it themselves. And Wisdo is a really great app that helped me when I was going through that. I was like, oh, I can't get out of bed. I feel like a lazy fuck, like all this stuff. But then you read other people like me too. Like, I've been there. Heart, they put all these different like likes and everything, and just like it makes you feel less alone, and that's one of the best things about it.
So check it out. And I would say, like, for me, because I'm not bipolar, but I've gone, like Debbie knows, I've gone in and out of depression and different levels of depression. And the hardest depression is going through it again, like getting out and then getting back in. And it is a learning curve too. Like Debbie's path, like it was difficult for me too, because it was, I did go to a psychiatrist. I did get professionally analyzed and stuff, and I thought maybe it would just be helped if I just take medication. That was. For Debbie, that's a right fit for you. But me, I've gone through medication before, and I tried it for a year, and it did not help. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying, don't go, but I'm just saying everyone's different, and this is my side of the story. Like,
it's her mental journey.
Yeah. So like, maybe you have done the same thing. You went to a psychiatrist, and it didn't work. Maybe there's alternative things. Okay, like things that would help me is like making music. Like, again, I said, like, people that have all these thoughts and stuff, you're a creative person. That's why you have all this energy and thought. You just need certain, hobbies or an outlet to be creative. Like, you have to be creative. And I noticed that when I'm more creative, I'm happier.
Yeah.
So that might be, I'm not saying it's the solution to your problem, but maybe if you have a friend or you're feeling down, but not to like a very severe place, like you want to kill yourself, maybe try that. Try to meditate. There's so many like free guided meditations on YouTube. It's insane. Like, you have everything at your fingertips. So try it. And then also, like, being creative and laughing a lot. Watch a lot of fun stuff. Just like try to find things that really make you happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that bring you
explore.
joy.
Yeah.
Try to, and if you don't even know what that is, because you're like, I haven't felt happiness for a long time. I just been depressed.
Go through it.
Just go through those emotions and just like, try to find something that's universally funny that people like comedians or something.
Yeah,
like,
comedians.
Let me check this comedy special out.
I do the 10-15 minute rule.
Yeah.
Try it out for 10-15 minutes. If you don't like it, next. Like, I mean, there's so many good sources to get entertainment now. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's even hard to get on the computer and like look.
Yeah. It's true.
So maybe like ask a friend or something, like I said, like try Deon Cole. He's hilarious. That laughing where you just like, you can't breathe and it's like it's, you get multiples of that with Deon Cole. He's just so animated and funny.
Nice.
Right? And then Arsenio Hall, like, hilarious. Like,
no, there's a lot of good comedians out there.
Yeah, check those out. Have you ever watched Ideal Home? With Paul Rudd is in it.
Ideal? No.
Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's in it and he's gay. And he has a partner, and it's so funny. Like, I think you guys should watch it. It's like an easy watch.
Okay. Where do you watch it?
I think you can find it on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's a short movie, but it's about this gay couple, and the older man in the couple, he's like a Martha Stewart.
No.
But like manly style, and they're based in New Mexico.
Okay.
So it's kind of like Pueblo looking, but they're like chic.
Okay.
And this man, the older gentleman that hosts this TV show, he has a son, and his son has a kid. But the son is troubled, and so leaves the kid at this man's house. And you just see like how this man that's so not equipped to be a parent, couldn't even parent his own son. He like sparks a relationship. So it's kind of like a remix kind of thing. Like grandson is left at grandpa's house, and it's these like gay couple, and teaching. I think it's a sweet and kind of fun like family movie.
Okay, Ideal Home.
It was such a surprise because you don't hear about it.
No, I haven't heard of it. No,
at all. You don't hear it, and it's just like I feel like for me, it's like one of those comforting gems.
Oh,
it's cute. Nice. It's kind of modern. It's funny.
Okay, I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, it's again, it's so important to try to get out of that funk by just doing these things like comedy, like working out. Of course, I know like
working out.
The last thing you want to do is work out, of course, but
it feels so much
it can be as simple as just going for a walk outside.
Yeah.
Just taking an easy walk, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just to change your environment so you're not stuck in your room all day and you're just not ruminating and about your past or about your depression or whatever's making you depressed. You get out of that usual environment, whether that's walking around and changing it, send a text to a friend, just something to stimulate yourself and just get yourself out of that funk. It's when you're in the funk, you're in the funk. It sucks, but you can get out of it, and it's just but it's like a slow and sure thing. And even if you fall back into it, that's okay
because you'll know
that's okay.
You'll know the steps to take.
Yeah.
To get you back feeling better.
Yeah. It's okay. And just don't be so hard on yourself. Just realize like it's okay. You're human, and we're not, we're all going through a pandemic right now. It's like it's rough for everyone, and it's just like don't be hard on yourself. Just realize that there's a reason why you're here. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's not. Like the fact that your consciousness found this body that you have right now, listening, watching us right now, that's I mean, the chances of that happening it's like impossible. Like it's just
the chances of just being alive right now is crazy because think about how many sperm and eggs.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy.
To be the version you are today, like what is the chance? It's like 1 of a millionth or something like that, or something.
It's a crazy. There's a statistic out there that relates to this, and it's basically like saying like the probability of this happening, of you being born in this exact time at this moment
and on
with
this
conscious on this earth,
it's crazy.
It's just like impossible. It's like it's not. It is obviously possible because it's happening right now, but it's just like. I don't know, like
we're talking scientifically, statistically. Like that's another level. It's not like, hey, you're special.
Yeah,
we're not trying to be like that. We're just stating the facts.
Yeah, it's just wild.
Yeah,
like,
it's wild.
We're alive during this time, and that we have cell phones and we have all this. I mean, we can go on and on about it, but it's incredible. It's incredible that things just start with an idea and then you just do it. You just try it. Like us with this podcast.
Yeah, we're just
it's your idea, and you're just like, hey, Debbie, you want to try this? And I'm like, sure, let's do it. Let's just try.
Let's do it.
And it's just started out as an idea. It's just like, oh, maybe.
Well, we first wanted to write. We were like, let's get together and just like write something. And like before that, like me and Debbie didn't really hang out much.
No.
We used to be inseparable. When we were in middle
growing
school.
up, yes, in childhood,
like we would always hang out together. It was like every day, and then
as you got older,
older, shit happens. Life happens.
You're not in the same classroom anymore. You're like in different you have different lives and doing different things,
exploring different roads and stuff, But, of course, Debbie always has a special place in my heart. You know what I mean? Like, we're always connected, even though, she's like one of those friends, like, you may not see for a really long time, but, you guys have so many, like, childhood memories that they're the only other person that can recall that.
Yeah.
So it's like you're connected for life. You're like sisters and stuff.
Totally.
So yeah, we wanted to first meet up every like month or something to start writing, because Debbie writes scripts. If you guys haven't checked out her movie,
Oh yeah, my short film. Yes.
yeah, your short film,
Yes.
ready. Like go check it out. It's for
Yeah.
free on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the first one that I personally know that wrote a script. In script form, like a real structured script, and I would read it. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. Because I'm a movie enthusiast. Me and my husband Joseph are movie enthusiasts, and just to see a script in my hand and read it was just very cool. You would see pictures of it, but I was like, okay, let's write about the funny things that have happened in our life. You know what I mean? It's just, someone might find them entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't see a lot of like scripts with like focus on Asian girls in the 90s.
No.
It's like,
Yeah.
you don't see that. You see like Asian boys,
Mm-hmm.
but not Asian girls, living here in America, growing up. So, but I think a podcast was a nice step.
Yes.
It's more fun.
I don't know. There's something about it that's just so. It's very raw. It's not edited.
Yeah,
it's not.
like that's raw.
It's just we're just sharing how we're feeling, and it just going through those emotions, and so it's.
And I think we needed to talk. We had so many things left things that we need to bring up from our past, the fun part and the heavy stuff. The heavy stuff. Like Joseph has told me, like, I feel different since we've done this. Like, just getting it out, like the importance of just talking it out, even if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just need to talk. And, before I used to be so annoyed with my mom talking to me about work. I'm just like, ugh, like, not another work story. Oh, God. Like, kill me,
Yeah.
Like, I'd be so annoyed. And, like, Joseph would see steam coming out of my ears. And it's just like, okay, I don't want to. But I've been a lot more patient with her.
Oh.
This podcast has helped.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I'm getting a lot of shit off of my shoulders. I'm being more understanding that, like, I need to hear every word because she doesn't have
An outlet.
Yeah,
You're her
outlet.
You're her outlet.
Yeah,
You're her podcast.
Yeah.
You're her podcast.
I'm her audience.
Yeah, her audience is sharing that. Yeah. Sometimes, like, my mom will be the same thing. Like, she'll just share something. Like,
She'll go on and on and
I'm
on.
like, okay. But I love my mom, and I'm just
Have
like,
you
okay.
ever got annoyed though? Debbie, you're a good daughter.
I don't think I ever got annoyed. I just listen. I just
know
listen.
Donna gets upset.
Oh, Donna gets upset. Yes.
Me and Donna are similar like that. We're just like, what is the fucking point?
That's like sometimes my mom will need help with something, and Donna's like, no. Donna just runs and gets impatient.
I think it's the way your mom, like, sometimes just certain frequencies agitate people.
Yes.
And it just happens to be your mom's voice.
Yeah.
And my mom's too.
It could be
like
that.
my mom's, when she used to have her church friends over,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden they would laugh,
Mm-hmm.
that would freak the shit out of me.
Ah.
Like, you hear a bunch of Korean women,
Oh my
and you're just like, what happened?
Well,
Like a cat.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're just like, like, it's just the frequency is not.
It's the sound. Yeah, you just associate it. Maybe just a lot of emotions, or emotionally charged. Just hearing
That's why I put, like, when I master this audio, I try to curve off the highs and then put a little bit more bass, so it's more easier. I mean, not that our voice is annoying, but I'm just
still
like,
nice.
but it's just nice for the listener.
Lower. Yeah, for sure.
It's warmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. No, speaking of, like, well, I totally refer, like, well, our friendship, like, I feel like was almost, like, not saying it was almost ended, but it felt like it almost ended. And and from the outside, it might have looked like it was based because of a cake, but it wasn't.
This is a good one to talk about.
I could have thought,
this is a good one to talk about.
From my perspective, I could have been like, oh, you know, like but I knew there's something more deeper than that. But anyways, so me and Liz, like, when did it happen?
So
Years ago.
2020, I moved back 2016, 2017? 2016. I moved back 2016.
Okay.
Okay, and we were moving back, and then that was July. And then September came around. That's my birthday.
Yeah, her birthday is around that time. And for some reason on Facebook, I got this notification saying, "Oh, Liz's birthday is today." And I look on her thing, and it said on her Facebook, you had a different name. It was like it wasn't Liz's.
I have many aliases, so it's like really confusing. Yeah.
So I think maybe when she put her birthday on, it was like a different day than it was her actual birthday. But I assume like that's what Facebook said. So just being Debbie, I was like, oh, it's her birthday. Like, I gotta bake her a cake. And I'm thinking in my head, I gotta bake her a cake. Oh, she's vegan. I gotta bake her a chocolate vegan cake. So I get all the ingredients and everything. And I'm thinking this is gonna be great. Like, I'm gonna surprise her. And I fucking bake this chocolate cake. I get like the vegan butter, all this shit, like things like that. And I decorate and everything, and I text Liz. I'm like, "Happy birthday!" I'm like, I mean, now that I look back at it, probably sounds really stupid, but like, I just text like, "Happy birthday, girl," or something like this. Like, just want to wish you a happy birthday, and I baked you a cake. I just want to drop off, something like that. And then Liz texts back, "It's not my birthday." And I write back like, but on Facebook, I'm sorry, I saw on your Facebook.
I think I was pissed because I was like, we've been friends for so fucking long.
I'm like,
and you don't know when my birthday is.
And I was like, and she's like, it's not my birthday. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like on Facebook, it said it was your birthday, so I just I just thought it was like, well, it's wrong. Like, you wrote something like, well, it's not my birthday. I'm like, well, I have this cake. Like, do you want
sweet
like
Debbie?
Like maybe
sweet
wait,
Debbie.
like maybe you have this cake. Like even if it's not your birthday, like happy early birthday or something. Like I'll just drop off the cake anyways, and I know you're busy and stuff like that, so I'll just drop off the cake. And then you wrote back, I should have just got the hint. I should have just like let it go, but I just didn't let it go.
And we want to give the cake.
I just really wanted to give her this fucking cake.
You worked really hard on the cake.
And I did make it from scratch.
Yeah,
so,
you made it from scratch.
So Liz wrote back, she's like, like I know you were just trying to be nice at the same time, but you just didn't want the cake. And you're like, yeah, thank you.
I think I was dieting too.
Yeah,
that added to it.
Yeah,
because I was dieting and I was grumpy and I was grumpy.
And she's like, just go, like, just keep the cake and just give it to your parents or something like that. Like, and I was like, really, Liz? Like, you don't even have to eat the cake. You can give it to your neighbors. Like, I was just pushing, like, Liz, can you imagine this cake? Like, you take the cake. Like, you take the cake. No, you take the cake. just fucking take this cake. Eat this fucking cake.
Oh, you said no.
I said no. And finally, it just like
bomb dropped.
It just dropped. And finally, Liz is like, this is how Liz is. Like, she's really polite and stuff, but there's a point where it's like, if you don't get it, she will let you know. Like, finally let you know. Like, Debbie, like, I forgot what you wrote, but you said, I got it. Finally, you're just like, Debbie, I don't want the cake. And you said something along the lines like it's just like, I don't want cake.
Mm-hmm.
And, something, I forgot what you wrote, but you wrote something that was like,
definitely,
it came from deep rooted. Like,
I definitely felt, like, I think at that time, I didn't feel like anyone understood what I was going through,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, because like, yes, it was my decision to go through my path and stuff, but I guess I felt really misunderstood. I finally understood that there was a lot of difference because my mom she put it in my head that I'm different compared to all you guys because you guys have two parents. She would when she would get angry and stuff, she would say like, you can't do that, okay? Like, though your friends have two parents. Okay, here you can't. Okay, the reality is that you only have one mom, and I'm the only one. And so like, they're like, and she would say things like, they're different from you. Okay, you guys are. When friends aren't in a certain level, financial level, you guys aren't gonna be friends anymore.
Oh.
And like, I know she didn't say it in a mean way, you know. It was just coming from like a bad place because it was really tough for her.
Yeah, she's going through her own stress,
you know? So like, I guess when she just got upset with me, she would say hurtful things like that, not knowing that it would psychologically like be embedded into my brain in a negative way and stuff. And I think at that point in my life, like I was stressing a lot because no one in my family understood me. No one tried to understand me. I didn't feel like my friends really knew like what I was going through, but that was my fault because I didn't want to share. I wasn't the right time for me to share. Private. Yeah, like I also felt like, maybe you guys would not look down on me, but like just be like, geez, like Liz is going like heavy, into like the sex worker industry and all that stuff. Like she's doing camming and like it just felt like maybe I should push you guys away before I was pushed away.
Okay.
Like now that I'm seeing it, I'll like, yes, I've told Joseph many times, but I guess this is like re-emerging, like I'm better equipped to articulate what was going on that time because I didn't have the words or the understanding to express it.
I think the way because you weren't able to express it, your way to deal with it was not talk about it at all.
Yeah,
and
which is bad.
Or find a way to just say something that will just make the person shut up and just
go
leave
away.
And go away.
And go away.
And you said something that like made me shut up and like realize like, oh my god, like this is a fight. Like this is like
which we
argument.
Never have. We maybe had
never.
one or two minor fights about something stupid when we're younger.
Yeah. This was like
serious.
Yeah, and so I don't know what you said exactly, but it was like,
I don't remember either because my brain shut it out.
But it was something along the lines of like you always like you just don't understand or something. Like you wrote something along that tone, like you just don't understand, you don't get it, and like I just don't want the cake, and like you said something along the lines that I was like, oh okay. And then my dad comes down the stairs, and this whole time, he sees me baking this cake from scratch. My sweet dad comes downstairs.
Oh, very sweet, very sweet man.
Oh, and I think I just finished. I finished just texting you, and so I'm like, my eyes are about to tear up.
Debbie has huge eyes.
My eyes are about to tear up, and my dad's like, oh, like. Smells really good. Okay, I'm sure Liz is gonna be so excited that you're gonna drop off this cake for her. Huh? Lucky Liz. And I'm like, I look at him. I'm like, she doesn't want the cake. She doesn't want the cake. He's like, what? And I like burst into tears. Like, she doesn't want the cake. She doesn't want it.
What did I do? What did I walk up into? Oh, jeez.
My dad's like, what's going on? Like, she doesn't want it.
Oh.
And then I like posted on, like, I must have posted like this sad Instagram post like a while ago. It was like, does anybody, or a group chat with the girls. I'm like, does anybody want chocolate? Does anybody want chocolate vegan cake?
You know me though, like chocolate too.
I know it's true. I only bring it up not to make you feel bad. I bring it up because
I'm glad that you did.
Because I also want to know. Like, I only am guessing, like, oh, how she's feeling stuff. But like, obviously, it's water under the bridge because we're here. We're having this podcast and stuff,
and it's really good to talk about these things. You know what I mean? Even though it might not feel like any suppression or anything, even if you think it's like something that you shouldn't bring it up, I think it's good to just bring it up because you could talk about it and it might release some kind of tension that you didn't even notice. You know? Because that little tension builds.
Totally.
You know
it totally does.
And so it's good even to just laugh about it and just like revisit it.
Yeah. I just knew, but once like I like let it out, like I cried, like you just want the cake. Anybody wants cake, and so I just let it out. I was like, it's just, but once it passed, I was like, in my mind, I knew, even in your mind, whatever you were thinking, I was like, you know what, we're gonna get past this. We're gonna get past this. We're gonna get past it. And in my mind, I was like, you know what, it's not about the cake. There's something more about it, and I can't take it personal. I mean, I did.
Of course.
I did not bake it on her birthday, so I had to understand that too. I mean, it wasn't her birthday, so I had to understand that. But also, it wasn't just the cake. Like, there's something more to it, and I have to just if I want to be her friend still, like, I have to respect the space that she's in now, like the mental space she's in, and just be patient, and just be like, hey,
which you were,
and I was
and
just
persistent.
Hey,
and persistent. Debbie
you
is
try to get rid of me, but you can't. Try to get rid of me, but you can't. Yeah, because I always because Liz, I mean, you've always been a good friend to me, and also because you've been through with me through all these things. When I was really sick, Liz is one of the few, still some of the few friends that like just stuck with me, and just did her best, and I remember that. So I'm like, okay, you were there in some of my lowest moments, like at my lowest moment, and like I can't do the same for you if you feel low or you're not feeling that great, or so it's like it's not the cake. So I'm just like, I'm gonna just let it go, and just be patient with Liz, and just like be cool with it. So, and then I think it took maybe half a year, if not more.
It might have been, yeah.
I just finally just sent text.
I think people were saying like, why are you even trying anymore? Like, well, just let it go.
Yeah, some people are just like, let it go. It's not a big deal. Like, she doesn't want to be friends with you. She doesn't want to be friends. Like, you just.
Well, of course, they're being defensive for you because they care for you, and they're just like, why is Debbie constantly trying? And I respect that they were there to protect you. And stuff.
And but again, my reasoning is like, hey, for me, like, I don't forget the moments when it's easy to be with someone when they're feeling great and they're high in life and everything's good and everything's grand, but it's not easy when the person's at their lowest low. Yeah. And those are when you find out like your true friends are. So the people that still stuck around, like, I still remember that, and I'm like, those are the big people like I will do anything for. Even if I haven't talked to them for ages, if they needed me, I'm like, you were there for me, like, of course I'm gonna be there for you. Yeah. Like, it's like,
you down.
I'm down, man. I'm down.
You down.
So,
you down.
So yeah, I remember just sending you a text. I'm like, hey, I hope you're doing fine. Like, something like very generic. Just like, hope you're doing fine, and like, I miss you, and hope all is well. Something like that.
Well, during that time, of course, at first it was just like, oh, okay, that's done with. Just like, no one's going to push me away first. I did it first. Yeah. And like, it's probably better. I also thought it was better for you because I'm like, maybe you shouldn't be around someone like this. You know what I mean? Like, I always, held you in high regard and stuff. So I'm just like, maybe my mom is right, like, they're better off, in that group because they're set to go in a certain way in life, a better life. And I'm just going downwards, So like, before they tell me, hey, like, I can't be friends with you, I just, I don't know, in my head, like, of course that's not true. You would never do that, know? But in my head the time, when you're at the lowest low, voices come up in your head saying that like, who would want to be friends with you? You're
come up with these scenarios.
You're indecent, or like you're a sinner, or like you know what I mean? Like all these like mostly sinner. And like I'm gonna burn in hell and stuff like that. Like heavy shit. Yeah. So during that time though, there was I was moving in, reorganized. I'm like a really OCD organizer.
That's which is awesome.
Yeah, I love to organize and stuff. And when I'm like, I'm not in a good headspace, I'll just organize until like 3 a.m. I'll just reorganize. And I came across our photos, and I found like I got a new like container to hold photos, like UVA protection one,
Nice.
And I would rip up a lot of photos of like friends and stuff. But when it came to you and Donna, I was about to, and I think I ripped one or two.
Oh, you bitch. You bitch. So you still ripped us.
It was one or two.
One or two.
Of
Okay.
hundreds.
Okay.
And I just felt wrong.
Mm.
Like, that's how deep of a connection we had. Like, I just felt wrong. Like, all the other people, fine, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we were friends at the moment, but, like, no one understood me. So, like, why do I need to have this here? You know what I mean? It was like a trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So I ripped up one or two photos of you. And Donna,
it's cool.
And but it felt wrong. So I was just like, I was like, just put it away.
Yeah.
Put it away. Just put it away. And then, I would tell Joseph, I would be like, man, like, I would find something funny. Mm-hmm. And I would find myself wanting to, like, send it to you guys.
Aww.
You know what I mean? But I held back, and I would, like, tell Joseph, I'm like, oh, man, my girls, like, I wish they were around, so.
Aww.
And I would think of, like, all those times, because we don't laugh like most girls. We don't go, we go, like, really, like, deep guttural laugh.
Yes.
And I really miss that.
Yeah.
Like, we fucked around a lot.
Yes.
And, like, I had those really deep, heavy, like, laughs and stuff, like old men.
Yes.
And I miss that. And when you messaged me, oh my God, it felt like, I was like, like, we are connected.
Yeah.
Like, even though we went through that bump, that big bump, and we thought, like, it might be over. Like, Debbie reached out, and she was really persistent. At first, I was like,
yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't do it because it's going to be so hurtful to do this all over again. Mm-hmm. But finally, like, we met up for tea or, like, coffee or something.
Yeah. We met up for coffee.
Was that the first time? Was that? I felt like that was the first one.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember, like, what was, like, when we met. But when we met up, it was, like, all good.
Yeah. I moved back to my mom's house 4 years later.
Yes.
So, 2018 or something. 2018, 16, 17, 18, 2019.
Okay.
Or something.
2019?
No, 2018.
I think 2018.
2018 or something like that. And then we were so close.
Yeah, it was like, time never passed. It's like,
and I would go by your house. Like, I would run sometimes.
Yeah.
I would run, and I'll, like, run by Debbie's neighborhood, and I'll be like, oh, man, this would be crazy if I saw Debbie,
Yeah. I still remember you, like, responded back to when you finally responded back to me, you, like, called me, and you left but I missed your call, because I think I was, like, partying with the girls in LA or whatever.
It was too important to just text you.
But then you, like, called me, and I missed your call, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, guess who called me? And all the girls are like, who? I'm like, Liz. Like, oh my God. Everyone's all freaking out in the car, like, oh my God, what did she say? I'm like, oh, she just wants to hang out, like, just see how I'm doing. Yeah. It was just like a regular, normal voice. But I was like, oh my God. Like, that's great. Everyone's like, yeah, but
that's nice. I didn't think that they would say that. I thought they would be like, Debbie, you should just let that go.
No, they just want you to be happy,
Yeah, I just want to see them happy, and I truly felt like, if they maybe not judge me, but they would feel like I would be inappropriate to be around you guys. Not that you guys are like PG,
no,
But I just felt like, I looked longer down the line. I'm like, oh, when they have families, like, it'd probably be awkward if I'm around or something. Or maybe they would think that it would be awkward. And I just felt like we just lived two completely separate lives. And I need to go hang out with people that were, more, they're, like, used to this. People that work in this. Yeah. Not saying a lot of people are normal.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, a lot of strippers, a lot of cam workers, a lot of escorts are geeks.
Yeah.
They're geeks, just like me. Like, not all of them.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Not
but
all of them, yeah.
A lot of them, they're just doing because they are totally geeky and they've read so much stuff, they've watched so many, they just know how to hide it. They totally are an actress. You're an
Yeah.
actress when you're doing all that.
No, of course, yeah.
So, but I just felt like they would understand me better.
Yeah.
That's why. But oh wow, that's a nice. Genuinely, I'm grateful.
Yeah, they again. I mean, they're probably listening. I mean, they. I just zoomed with them a couple days ago, and they're some of them are like, oh, we'll listen to your podcast. So
Ooh,
one of them has actually, and she
Really?
really is enjoying it. And she says she like listened to it while she was cleaning, and she said she was laughing, and she felt like it was like girl talk, and she was like she said you sounded really happy, and that she just wants you to be happy. So.
oh man, thank you. That's
Yeah.
really sweet. I
Yeah.
was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, so
So that's again going like being too trapped in your mind
too trapped in your mind.
can like
And
it can really hurt your relationship
When you come up with the scenario on yourself.
Yeah.
When you really talk to people, like everyone's grown, everyone's like, everyone's
yeah
doing their own thing,
Yeah.
whether they have families or getting married or doing their thing, but everyone's just doing their thing. And yeah, I think in the end, like they're all good people, they're all
absolutely
they're all good
yeah
people.
no
And they just want
definitely
they just want me, they just want you, just
Mhm.
everyone to be happy and just like, live their life to their fullest.
likewise too
Yeah. So
you don't want to like I feel so sad when I find out like you guys telling me like someone killed themselves from our class or something like that like from middle school you're just like oh shit
yeah.
that's crazy
Yeah.
that you wouldn't ever think that
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Mhm.
Like, I've already, we already experienced friends, killing themselves, but like, I guess they were different age than us, about 10 years older or
Mhm.
something like that. But it does come to me as a shock and it does truly sadden me. So I am very happy when people are telling, like, when, our friends are doing good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good to hear that.
Yeah. So on a light note, that's time, you guys.
Yeah.
We're good.
I thought that's a good ending.
Yeah. It's got some naughty, got some nice, got some revenge, forgiveness. There's just a lot of, just human communicate a lot of miscommunications, and it's all about communicating everything.
Yeah.
So that leads to some misunderstanding. But
Well, I don't think your parents were your dad was communicative to you, but I don't feel like my parent had enough time to teach me communication. I only learned it from like studying wise. Like
Yeah.
I was always pretty fair in like English, but to use it in your real world to express how you feel and you were always supposed to expected to smile and be grateful. So I'm really like no matter what, I think you should really talk about any feelings you
Yeah,
have with
yeah.
somebody who is there to be supportive,
Exactly. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Please, if you have any questions or anything, I don't have anything. It's a mooncakes .podcast
You looked at me and I was like,
at mooncakes.podcast to follow us on Instagram, and then our email we'll put in the description. But it's mooncakes. I think it's mooncakespodcast@gmail.com.
We're getting the hang of this. This is just numero.
I wish I could just like have it
okay?
memorized like to the full. That I don't have it like memorized, but
we ain't like that yet.
But
We'll have it in the description.
We'll have it in the description. So
What else?
if you-
Oh, and your
any questions.
and for the app.
Oh yes,
We're
and
gonna
the
add that.
Wisdo app will add in
We'll
the
add
description
that.
as well. To anyone who's just feeling down, definitely an app to follow.
And I'll add those comedy specials for you guys to
Yeah.
check out if you guys are too lazy to look for something. Just clickety click,
Clickety click.
clappity clap.
Well, thank you guys again so much for tuning in. We always love to have you guys here and listening and watching. And
Don't forget to subscribe.
don't forget to subscribe. Yes. Bye.
Bye.